A house is more a home by being a work of art, as said by Frank L. Wright, establishes the perspective of how art is reflected in the style and class of the user. In addition to architecture can make a house feel like home. The value of the most expensive houses in the world will prove to you that people are living large out there. If you thought that paying a couple thousand for your home was too much, you will be surprised by how much and how far other people are willing to pay for their dream homes. It is amazing how much money people are willing to spend on the most expensive houses in the world. These magnificent houses are very pricey, unique, and cozy. Many of us dream of owning fancy houses, but for many people, it remains to be only a dream. But for others, the dream turns into reality. Hello people, welcome back to my channel. In the present video, we will examine and take a tour through the most expensive estate, or if you would like to call it, house in the world. You see, the present video has a ton for you, particularly if you love building structures or you love to train yourself to make one. However, before we proceed,
we have planned something really special for you guys. Yes, you've heard it right. We will be having the much-awaited iPhone giveaway contest. Yes guys, 5 iPhone giveaways for our channel. If you want to know how you can win the giveaway contest, then make sure to watch this video till the end.
Kindly subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so. Also, remember to turn on the notification button so you can get notified whenever we post new videos. Let's start on this journey, shall we? When you think of one of your dream properties, I mean your dream house, and then think a little harder, you'll begin to get an idea of what you want and what the most expensive homes in the world will look like. Because what happens when you bring together an architect limited only by gravity and an owner with a bottomless wallet? You get a luxury house filled with bespoke features tailored exactly to your personality and taste. And sky's the limit. That could mean an outdoor theater out looking at the Mediterranean Sea, an entirely circular building, or whole new levels of exciting tech. Some of the most expensive homes ever sold are vertical palaces designed to withstand earthquakes or sprawling estates with breathtaking views. Buckingham Palace is undoubtedly one of the most iconic buildings in the world, but most people will be familiar with the iconic balcony often used by the royal family to address their adoring subjects. The entire frontal facade is a relatively recent addition. In fact, the mismatch of buildings we see today is very different from the original home, which was built in the early 18th century. The most expensive estate in the world can be found in the center of Westminster, Buckingham Palace, the official residence of the monarch of the United Kingdom. Buckingham Palace might not be put up for sale anytime soon, but if it was, it will be worth around $6.7 billion. With 240 bedrooms as well as a swimming pool and doctor's surgery, it is a place called the home by the British royal family, and is also open to the public for guided tours. Buckingham Palace, originally known as the Buckingham House, the building at the core of today's palace, was a large townhouse built for the Duke of Buckingham in 1703 on a site that had been in private ownership for at least 150 years. The house had many owners and tenants until, in 1698, it was let to the man who gave the house its name, John Sheffield, later the Duke of Buckingham. The Duke found the house old-fashioned, so it was demolished to create the new Buckingham House, which stood where Buckingham Palace is today. Buckingham Palace is where the Queen lives and spends the majority of her time, living in the private quarters in the palace located in central London. The palace is made up of 775 rooms and is currently being refurbished bit by bit. The Queen of England is indeed the Queen of Real Estate. Located in the city of Westminster, London, Buckingham Palace is technically a crown property and comprises a lot of rooms. This rich house, if you can call it a mere house, contains 19 staterooms, 92 offices, 78 bathrooms, and 52 royal and guest bedrooms. It's also got a huge team of staff as well as beautiful gardens. Rumor has it that there are a few other secret rooms dotted throughout this huge luxury mansion. Buckingham Palace sits in the very heart of London, surrounded by the lavish St. James and Green Parks. Despite the palace serving as an important space for the royal family, the Queen does not in fact privately own the residence. It is instead held in trust by the Crown Estates. When the Queen is not in residence, typically around late July to late September, the beautiful staterooms at Buckingham Palace are open to the public, attracting tourists from all over the world. With dimensions of 36.6 meters long, 18 meters wide, and 13.5 meters high, the ballroom earns the award for the largest room in the iconic palace. There are a staggering 760 windows and 1514 doors at the Buckingham Palace. If 10 figures for a London home seem a bit steep, The palace could be rented out for £2.6 million a month if the royal family ever wanted tenants. The estimates are based on a review of each property size, number of rooms, and location. The palace is spread over a vast size of around 828,000 square feet, whereas the garden, which is the largest garden in London, is spread over 40 acres. You will or may not know that the palace was bombed 9 times during the Second World War and that the Queen and George VI were present in the palace when the bomb fell. After Second World War II, the palace was carefully restored. Although the palace is the official residence for British monarchs, Queen Elizabeth actually prefers staying at the Windsor Castle, which is about 20 miles away from the palace and sees Buckingham Palace as her office. When the Queen's royal standard flag flies elegantly above the palace, the Queen is currently in residence at the palace. When the Union Jack billows elegantly in the wind, this signals that the Queen is somewhere else. Another fact about this palace is a clockmaker works at the palace and maintains over 350 clocks and watches, ensuring that time passes smoothly. 2 horological conservators wind the clocks at the palace up every week. In the palace, we have the green drawing room where many of the walls and furniture are, but the furniture and walls are not actually green. The green room serves as a waiting room before entering the throne room. The palace became known as the birthplace of 14 of 15 children. The Queen's house went through its major renovation in 1761 when it was acquired by George's extravagant son, George IV. He had ambitious ideas for the house he had just inherited and petitioned the parliament for funds to transform the house into a palace. The staterooms consist of 19 rooms beautifully designed by King George, the fourth architect, John Nash. These rooms are striking and furnished with some of the finest items from the royal collection. Pieces include paintings from the likes of Van Dyck and Canaletto, and some of the finest pieces of furniture in the world. The largest room in the palace is the Grand Ballroom. This is also used as a banquet hall when the Queen is entertaining important guests. However, we must consider that Buckingham Palace is not just the Queen's home. It's also historically significant, building a national interest and arguably the royal family. It alone attracts over 500,000 visitors every year. Now, while we go through a quick tour of the main entrance to the palace, the first room we will see is called the Grand Entrance, designed to impress guests as they enter the palace. The marble and the bow room are where the guests would pass through to get to the garden parties. Buckingham Palace is officially the monarch's residence. This is actually still that St. James Palace, a little-known palace situated in London. A tradition of posting a message on the palace's gates informing the public of royal birth or death is still carried out today. So then, Buckingham Palace has had a very colorful and at times controversial past. This may be why it's such a popular designation for visitors, but for many people, it signifies what is great about Britain and its royal family. People wanting to experience a bit of tradition will not be disappointed with the royal family. So that's it for this video. Thank you for sticking to the end. If this video is worth your time, please do well to like it and also tap on the subscribe button for more fascinating videos like this.
As we have mentioned at the beginning of the video, we will be having the giveaway contest. Let us give you the very details about this giveaway. We will be having 5 iPhone giveaways once the subscriber count hits the 1000 mark. So, hit the bell icon, subscribe to our channel and stand a chance to win the latest iPhone series. Also, we will be having more of these giveaways in the future, so stay tuned.